So first, to preface my presentation. To preface my presentation, I would like to discuss the role of the diaspora, the role that each of us, all of us sitting here, plays in supporting our homeland. So, to begin, this goes back to, of course, we all know the 2020 Artsakh War. And during that time, I'm sure for all of you, as it was for me, it was incredibly painful. And during that time, we didn't know exactly how could we continue on with our lives throughout the conflict and how we could help Hayastan the best, and in which way we could do this that would support Hayastan the most. And we would always say, in my experience, what I did was I would go with my mom and my tatik, my papik. We went around the neighborhood, we went collecting donations, we went to Walmart, we went to these markets to collect supplies for all the soldiers, and we felt that we were making a difference, We felt like we could do something, but the problem is, when you think this way, you don't exactly have a plan to move forward and to engage your future correctly. Now, I just want to talk about my internship experiences. And for the first one, as Christine mentioned, I went to the venture capital firm Granitus Ventures, as you can see here. And this venture capital firm was founded in 2013, and it's the first venture capital firm in Armenia. And the work that I did there was I engaged in investment reports and analysis to this specific company, and I was able to gather experiences that I wouldn't have been able to do in America. I was not able to get the experience of living, working in Hayastan with any other company in Armenia, and that's why choosing the AYF internship was crucial because of these experiences, because of this work experience. In my future, I plan to go to Armenia, I plan to work in Armenia, and the only way to do that is through the AYF internship, and that's why I chose specifically to apply for the AYF internship. But as I was working at Granitus Ventures, I sought something that was more fulfilling, more something that would really help heal what happened during the war and the void that I felt and what I needed to do and what I needed to fix in my heart, and something that could really fulfill me in this role. And that's why I asked to be placed in the group, the Armenian Hero Project, right here. And the Armenian Hero Project, I'm sure some of you may have known about this, may have donated to this in the past, but this group, they gather supplies, they get military tents, vests, all sorts of equipment, and they take it to these soldiers all throughout Armenia. In Yarosk, Syunik, Ijevan, all of these outposts are supplied by the Armenian Hero Project, and they're supplied entirely by the diaspora. All of us help supply it. It has no support by the Armenian government, and a lot of these outposts in Gerhonik, Syunik, they're all vastly undersupplied. I'm sure you've seen the pictures. They're military outposts. Our soldiers with nothing. They don't even have places to stay. They're staying in tires. They're staying in tents. They're staying in rags almost, while they look across the border and they see the Azeri base. They see the Azeri outpost, furnished with the most amenities that you could even imagine, while they're sitting there in absolute shambles, really. And this is why I wanted to work towards this, and I chose the Armenian Hero Project because it could help me fulfill this role in working with the soldiers and aiding as much as possible. And I plan to do more work with them in the future, such as in December, I plan to go visit them and engage in sourcing military equipment, in finding pricing for tents, for vests, for medical equipment, all of these supplies that our soldiers desperately need. I want to help deliver to them. And in the meantime, I will work with the Armenia Hero Project, gathering funds, fundraising to help meet these goals, to help supply our soldiers that desperately need this. And continuing on, I'm talking a little bit about the experiences that I engaged in this program. Because working is a huge aspect of this program, but a big aspect was engaging in these excursions, in these experiences that we would have on the weekends. And you would really get to understand Hayastan, the life, the culture, and you really could engage in a way that you've never felt before. For instance, I went to Hayastan in 2019, and I stayed there for a month, but the entire time I felt outside. I felt outside of everyone, out of life there. I didn't really have many friends there because I couldn't speak Armenian. And the entire time, you felt on the outside. You didn't engage in the culture in a way that was meaningful and impactful. And that's what hurt so much. And that's what I wanted to solve with these experiences. And I'm confident to say, I absolutely solved that. The AYF internship produced so many memorable experiences that I will remember forever. It's an unbelievable experience and simply unforgettable. For instance, when we went to the Armenia Hero Project, based in Sisian, in the top right, we played chess with the soldiers there, and it's something truly memorable that we will not forget. It's really amazing. But then continuing on with the future of the AYF, the diaspora, and the role that we all play, I have always wanted to support Armenia as much way as I could. And during the war, again, like I said, we wanted to deliver donations, we wanted to gather supplies, we wanted to do these things, but they didn't fulfill you. They didn't provide a meaningful feeling to you that you could go home and think about it and say you did something good for Hayastan. That you can sleep, you can rest on your pillow and say that you did something good for Hayastan. And you didn't get that feeling. No matter how hard you tried, you just didn't get it. And that's why this internship was so important, because the connections, the experiences I made with all the individuals in Armenia helped make the connection, and reach out and touch them in ways that I wasn't able to in 2019 or through the diaspora. And that helped me realize that we do have an impact. We do have a meaningful connection with them from the diaspora. I would go and I would talk to all these Hayastantis living in Yerevan, in Sevan, Vanator, all these places, and I was able to connect with them, and I was able to see how much they appreciated the Spirkahai, the diaspora, for what they do. And it really, when I heard them say this, it really cleansed my soul, because I was able to go home and feel good about myself, feel good about the work that I did. And that's why I was so proud. And that's why the AYF internship is honestly the best experience of my life. Thank you so much.